Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Love is Healing podcast, an integrative mental health podcast focusing on complex trauma, an interview style podcast where we use the art of storytelling and we talk about so many different things. We have so many exciting guests, talk about all facets of life, about how trauma touches us and impacts us and how we move through it. I sincerely apologize because I said I was going to be back on August 7th, and today is August 17th, and I meant to get back sooner. I've been having so much going on. Oh, by the way, I'm your host, Magnolia Hayden, licensed clinical social worker, EMDR consultant in training, certified sex addiction therapist, CSAT, certified multiple addiction therapist, CMAT, and a lot of other things, specialized in eating disorders and clinical mental health nutrition, integrative mental health, so many things, NET certified, so many things. But sorry, because I just don't want to lose your trust. And also I'm super eager to get back to the podcast. So I'll just tell you a little bit. Like, my family and I traveled to Tennessee, then we went all the way up through the East Coast, which is like legit. I mean, we went through New England. That was really fun. That was my first time in New England, actually. So that was pretty great. Yeah. We went to Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Maryland, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Delaware. I don't know if there are any other states there. We went to Ohio and Indiana too for the first time. And we made it all the way down to, we went through West Virginia too. That was fun. My Jupiter line's there. My Jupiter line on my descendant is like straight through there, which is really exciting. And then we spent about 2 weeks in Asheville, North Carolina, which was exciting and which was within the radius of my Jupiter line. Not quite there, but near there. And then we also went to New York City, and that was fun because we were there for the World Cup final, and it just happened to be that way. Like, we didn't plan it that way. And let me think. Yeah, it was really exciting because I mean, I speak Spanish if you don't know that. And I enjoyed walking around, hearing people watch the game, be like, did they score? Did they score? Did they score? And so that was that. And then we were just walking up. Well, we were walking down through like Central Park, between Central Park, and then we were over there in Rockefeller Center when Spain finally scored. And it was a game, and I was like, oh man, because we were, what was that, like 57th Street, and we were trying to make it all the way down to 34th. So I was like, what have I done? But it was an experience. And so, yeah, I mean, it was primarily Argentinian fans that were there, or Argentina fans that were on that side of the, I guess, island. Is it an island? Anyway, Manhattan. And so, city. And then my family, half of my family got lost. So half of the family and I ended up like just being like, what do we do? They don't answer. So then we took a bicycle trip from those bike taxis, and it was really legit. I didn't want to do that per se, and it's not like I was looking for it, but then I heard this music and then it called to me, and it was reggaeton. And I was like, OMG. I don't even like reggaeton. I kind of do. It's just like they played it all the time in Miami, and like it's bittersweet because I lived in Miami for a while. Then I was like, it's a vibe. Let's do it. And so we did. We rode the bike, and it was exciting, and we saw so many fans there. And again, it was mostly Argentina fans up there, that high up. And then as we went down, we started to see more Spain fans. And then by the time we made it over there to like the Herald Square area, then it was all Spain fans. So that was pretty cool, and like to be a part of it. And what a memorable day, honestly. And one of my kids, both of my kids really, but it was her first time being in New York City. So I was like, what an experience. I like it. Anyhow, yeah, and then we went to Washington, D.C., and it was my first time in Washington, D.C., which was a vibe as well. And I have some silly videos for that, but I'm not really sure where to post them. I wonder if I should just like dedicate like okay, so I have the Love is Healing LLC brand, and I tag that in the Love is Healing podcast Instagram. But like for funsies, I wonder if I should just like put all the fun videos on the like Love is Healing podcast page instead, because like I don't know, I feel like that's more me rather than like the company. But I think we'll see. I also did start a new page, and I invite you to check it out. It's on Instagram, and it's just a handle with my first and last name. So it's at Magnolia Heaton. And that page is something that I'm trying to launch, and we'll see how it goes. For the time being, what I'm doing, here's my bio: psychotherapist, helping men stop sabotaging love. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Understand, shut down conflict avoidance and emotional disconnection. I'll tell you a little bit about that. I was like, what can I talk about? Like integrated mental health is cool, and like maybe I'll go back to that. I don't know. It's so fun, and it's just honestly like for pleasure that I write it. Like it's fun. This podcast is so fun. Learning is fun. Sharing information is so fun. Interviewing people is so fun. So like that's cool. But I'm gonna see if I can monetize this. That'd be pretty legit. And I was like, where's there a vacuum in what's something that I'm super passionate about? And even though I'm in denial about it, men's mental health has always been something that has drawn me. It's been so exciting. And if you haven't heard it yet, we do have the Orgasms, Wisdom, and Love podcast. We talk a lot about mental health for men there. We're taking a break, and we're going to relaunch here sometime soon in the autumn, fall 2026. We're going to keep doing more content regarding that. And that podcast, if you haven't heard it, it is definitely a different vibe from here. This is fun and exciting. And I'm like a co-expert, and I just like ask questions about things the audience would be interested in hearing. Whereas the OWL podcast is me being a co-expert. So it's just different. Anyhow, yeah, I mean, like I'm a sex addiction therapist, and a lot of these people are men, right? And if you didn't know, I'm an adult child of a sex addict. And, or two, I don't know anymore. And, yeah, definitely familiar with addiction. Definitely consider myself an expert in dissociation. And so I know men tend to dissociate a lot because they don't have the tools, because they weren't taught the tools. So it's going to be a whole thing. It is slightly nerve-wracking. And also I'm down to try. So yeah. That said, I do have many episodes in the queue for this podcast. I have just been traveling, so let me finish telling you about that. Then I went back to Tennessee, and then I came to New Mexico. I just finished a shamanic Reiki training. I hadn't done that in, I think, since 2024, which has been a minute. And let me see how many I have here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have at least 4 podcast episodes in the queue. And I'm slotted to record another episode tomorrow. And do I have any more this week? Let's see. Yes, I'm slotted to record one tomorrow and then the next day. So that's exciting. And then another one the week after. Another one the week after that. Nope. Another 2 the week after that. Crazy. So anyways, got a lot, God willing, in the works. Bro, did you hear that Hayden Panettiere died? Oh my gosh, I felt so sad. So I follow Helena Woods. She's an astrologer. And well, she's an astrocartographer specifically within the branch of astrology. And so I happened to open to YouTube, which I only tend to do in the mornings during my workout. But yeah, she was talking about how she died. And I was like, okay, what? And then I listened to her breakdown about the astrology, and that was pretty fascinating, as it always is. And she does an excellent job, and she has a passion for that, so it's fun to watch. Nonetheless, I was like, bro, we're the same age. And there's so many parallels in trigger warning, like trigger warning. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Anyways, I'm like, bro, like a lot of people are dying out of heart attacks, right? My husband's stepmom, so one of my mothers-in-law, died actually, and that's why we started traveling. Like we had travel plans anyway, and I had a feeling we'd end up in Tennessee, where he's from, but it just so happened that like it forced us to go there. So I was like, all right, cool. I guess that's what we're doing. And I did record a mini series on it. And again, I just really don't know where to put it. If I'm like talking here the most, I feel like again, it'd be the best fit for like the podcast page, but a lot of people are having heart complications. And some people are saying that, I mean, like it's a side effect of the vaccine, you know? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying a lot of people are saying that, which is concerning because I'm like, bro, I'm trying to teach you all about detox, and I'm trying to teach you about inflammation, and I'm trying to teach you how to support your bodies, right? And there's been like people like that, and like people will take me up, and I'm like, thank God you are, right? And I see like quick results, even just like friends that I like will let me muscle test them and stuff. Thank God. Because like even if you weren't vaccinated, shedding still happened. And I know that I for sure was very much impacted by that myself. Especially going to military gyms. I mean, like everybody was vaccinated there. And that's a dark topic, right? And I have someone in mind that I would love to bring on. Honestly, like it'd be super sick to bring Dr. Charlie on. But I'm shy to ask. But we'll see if I can get someone else or him to talk about it, even if briefly. I do have a couple of docs that are coming up as guests. Maybe I can get one of them to talk about it, because that's a lot of the work that they do, honestly. So we'll see. That'd be chill. Anyway, look, I have these episodes already that are coming up. So what's that, like 8 that are already gonna be in the queue. And then, God willing, I definitely have like at least a 9th guest, 10th. There's a lot, you know what I mean? But I'm curious, what do you want to hear? I'm on a break right now from editing and things like that. And sorry for the lag. So listen, today's the 17th of August. I can start editing again next week sometime. So I'm going to aim to be back. If I'm not back, even though technically I'm back with this episode, but I'm just going to record it in one go and not edit it. And it's a short one. I'm aiming to be back here. If I'm not back the 29th August, then I will be back 5th September, God willing. So there's that. And I just miss you all. And I miss the vibe and the flow. And it's super cool. But let me know what kind of content you want, please. If you can put it in the comments, either on Spotify, I can definitely check those out, or hit me up on Instagram on our handle there at Love is Healing Podcast. We have a lot of integrative health people coming up. Let's see. The episodes that I have in the queue, there's one on chakras and acting. There's one on faith and the importance of faith and faith and addiction. And then we have Kara again, talking about Australia and COVID. She wanted to record again, so we have her. And where's the 4th one? I can't find it. Oh, yeah. The other one is on blood sugar. How could I forget blood sugar? So important. So fun, actually. I was really looking forward to that one. Actually, we were going to record. And then the day before that is when my husband's stepmom died. So I was like, I'm not okay. And thank God, like, it just, yeah, got rescheduled. The one from tomorrow is someone with a near-death experience. Then we have a little bit on betrayal trauma. Next week, we have someone talking about, so the ones with betrayal trauma, those are 2 CSATs. I have another CSAT, certified sex addiction therapist, next week who works specifically with men. So that's exciting, actually. That's on brand, as they say. Then I have a good friend of mine talking about functional medicine, and we're going to talk about functional medicine labs. I have a doc who's going to talk about supplements, the supplement industry. Probably going to talk a little bit about Thorne Research Labs and how they got bought out and just things like that. And probably his own supplement company. We're going to have another doc who is going to talk with me about I'm not fully sure, but integrative mental health. I haven't written that script quite yet. I think we're going to talk about the triad in chiropractic again, because I love to talk about the chiropractic triad. And so we're going to talk a little bit about emotions and nutrition more than anything, but we might also talk about applied kinesiology because that's a vibe and I'm obsessed with it. You guys, I really want to be a chiropractor, but it takes a lot of time and I'm not quite ready to commit that amount of time, and I'm not quite ready to live somewhere for 3.5 to 4 years and just not have a life and be in a doctoral program. So we'll see. Anyhow, God willing, it all pans out. God willing, we have a lot of things that are in the works. I also have another guest. Oh, who's on here? Oh, cool. This is a psychotherapist who's going to talk a little bit about spirituality and how complex it can get, and especially like if you're in a betweener, right? Like, hey, I came from a Christian background and now I consider myself more spiritual, that kind of thing. I am supposed to have another doc in the books, but I don't see her on here, who's supposed to talk about methylation and autism and ADHD and how to optimize that diagnosis. Like, if you have that, what are some ways that you can support yourself and different things like that, and the different methylation pathways, etc., etc. So I have a lot of amazing topics, a lot of high caliber guests, and I'm just so grateful to have this opportunity. I love podcasting so much, and I know that it shows. Yeah, I have happy tears actually in my eyes. But I digress. Please let me know. What are you interested in? Literally, like anything complex trauma, anything about life. I like how we're having somebody talk about a near-death experience. That's exciting. And I have other things in the works as well. So just like, let me know, because I really, 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 really would love your input. I would really, really, really love to serve you as best I can with the voice that I have. Thank you so much for joining. Check us out again at Love is Healing Podcast on Instagram. See you in 2 to 3 weeks. Bye, friends.